It's the first day of DreamHack Winter 2011, and I'm sitting here with Shinkz, the manager of Frenetic Array. First things first, how are you doing?
Doing great, thanks for having me.
And you have traveled a long way to get here. Can you start out by talking a bit about your trip here?
We travelled about 20,000 kilometres and it took about 30 hours, and we started off in Melbourne and had a stopover in Doha and arrived in Copenhagen, and then we caught a train. So that's our whole trip. It was a pretty good flight actually, considering what the other flights were on offer.
And now you are here in Jönköping and you're going to compete for the almost 400,000 SEK prize pool in the Heroes of New Earth tournament. And then I'm counting both the cash prizes and the hardware. How do you look at the tournament?
I think the tournament has 12, well, will be 12 very good teams. I know a lot of people have seen Group A being the stronger group, but in the end, to win the whole tournament, you need to be able to beat every team. So I think almost any team could actually win it if they're in their right game. But I would say Lions, us, and maybe MSI too are probably the strongest teams there. Yeah.
And you guys are placed in the Group A, which you mentioned lots of people say is like the group of death. Who do you think will advance from Group A?
I'm hoping it'll be us. I think it'll be us. And I'm not too sure on the second. Oh wait, there's three that advance, right? So probably MSI and TDM.
And in the other group, Group B, you already mentioned Lions, and the other two will be?
I think Druids will definitely surprise everyone. And Online Kingdom.
Not Team Easy.
Not Team Easy, although they're doing very well against Online Kingdom right now.
And in the playoffs, there are going to be quarterfinals, then semifinals, and the final. Who do you think will face each other in the final?
I think it'll be us against Lions. / hope I will be.
And like the tournament here in general, or DreamHack, what do you think about DreamHack? How has it been so far for you guys?
DreamHack is amazing. It's huge, bigger than I thought it would be, and that's saying something because I thought it would be so big in the first place. Compared to our tournaments, it's just on a completely different level.
You mentioned our tournaments, or Australian tournaments, I guess. How's the esport community in Australia?
Fortunately, we have a few really good LAN centres or internet cafes that help put on regular events for most games, but especially the MOBA community, or TTRPG, or whatever you want to call it, community. And it's really good for us to have that sort of thing. It helps to hold the community together, and to also build up our competitive skills, I suppose. And the websites just help with the online tournaments and whatnot, and they seem to be able to get decent prizes. So I think we're in a very good place considering where the other countries are in their local tournaments.
I have to admit I don't know so much about the Australian scene, and it's kind of isolated from the rest of the world. Is Heroes of New Earth the major game in Australia?
Not even. The main focus on all the Australian esports teams are mainly FPS games, which is a shame because our best players are from StarCraft and Moonglade, for instance, in StarCraft, and in the TTRPG games like Natural 9 and Dota 2, and us in HoN. So I think we have a lot of talent in this area, but the Australian esports teams and communities don't want to put the focus on that just quite yet.
And Fray, your team, it's one of the very few, or probably the only top 10 Australian team in HoN. Do you think they will perform better here at DreamHack because they won't have the major lag issues, or 400 ping and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that they'll perform better in this ping. We've played on LAN before in Australia, on Australian servers, and we definitely can make those clutch plays a lot easier. Like for instance, when you are moving around the tree trying to click on someone that's juking you on 250 or 200 plus ping, you can't actually make that happen. But when you're on a low ping below 100, it's that like you can actually click on the heroes and get response. So it makes a big difference.
And in the future, are Fray going to stick with Heroes of New Earth, or are you planning on playing Dota 2 maybe?
We're just waiting to see where everything goes. Heroes of New Earth is, for our team, is, you know, home. It's pretty good, and at the moment I would say HoN is the better game, but Dota 2 is in beta, and no one can really make the call until it comes out of beta and can actually see the game in its full.
That was all my questions, I think. Do you have anything you want to add?
I just want to give a big thanks to Razor and In Time Cyber Cafe in Sydney for helping make this trip